In this group dynamics touch football task, my PE class will be playing 2 touch football games combined with the second year 12 PE class here at Cardine. These games are 6 weeks apart from each other, and this gap will facilitate analysis of the first game so that the team has the opportunity to improve their performance in the lead up to game number 2. The class has been divided up into small groups of 3 to 5 students, with each group nominating to be either a tactical or motivational coach, whilst every student must be a participant in the other group's training sessions. My group is focusing on motivational coaching for the duration of this task. To identify the personality traits of each of my group's members, we each perform 2 tests, the DISC test and the VIA character strength test. The DISC test is useful at identifying how different personalities will interact within a group by investigating leadership traits such as dominance, influence, steadiness, and compliance. The VIA personality test provides personalized, in-depth analysis of your character strengths, including actionable tips to apply them to find your greater well-being. I found that my biggest leadership trait was dominance, meaning that I am results-orientated and I am self-reliable. I also found that my top 3 attributes were love, appreciation of beauty and excellence, and leadership. After reviewing my team members' results from these tests, it was found that 2 of us showed high levels of dominance, whilst the other member's highest trait was influence. According to athleteassessments.com, both dominance and influence are relatively fast-paced behavioural types, yet the influence style places more emphasis on people than on goals, while the dominant style tends to pursue goals with less concern for relationships or feelings. Some degree of tension is likely to result in their interactions due to their difference in priority. Therefore, all members of the group must constantly be asking themselves and each other about how they work in regards to reaching goals and treating all others involved with respect. This realization influenced the group norms, which were agreed upon by each team member. These norms will structure the conduct that we have towards each other for the weeks to come. The group selected 2 collaboration strands produced by the Australian Council for Educational Research to assist our group with establishing group norms. These strands are Aspect 1.1 and 2.1. In regards to Aspect 1.1, it was agreed upon by the group that communication is used in groups to reach a common goal through the building of understanding. Members can ask questions for clarification and can also provide answers to queries from other members. Proactive collaborators will initiate communication that is needed for the betterment of the group. To summarise, collaboration cannot be achieved without communication. For Aspect 2.1, we finalised that group members must participate in group tasks for the betterment of the group. Quite often, a person who does not participate in group actions causes the downfall of that group's results. Therefore, members must stay faithful to meet team goals despite the longevity and tenacity that they are pressured to have. These strands assisted our group by strengthening our understanding towards what it takes for a team to work together effectively. The group norms pictured on the right of screen allow us to further our understanding on how we can optimise our experience and performance as a team. These norms portray elements of participation, respect, encouragement, prioritisation, and commitment. To monitor the progress made by the group, we created a Microsoft Teams group chat, which will be used to share important documents, notes, and to communicate with each other, as showcased in Aspect 1.1. This group chat was especially useful to my group, as there were multiple occasions when a group member either had COVID or was sick, meaning that they could not be at school. Fortunately, we could still utilise the group chat to communicate through these challenging circumstances. We additionally had a shared Google Doc, which was used to design all of our training sessions. To gain perspective on the class's current levels of motivation, both before and after the first game of touch football, my group created a pre- and post-game survey for the entire class to fill out. The results of the pre-game survey showed that most of the class were moderately confident in their own ability leading into the game, yet a few described some concerns that they had towards the team's communication and connectivity, and how it would affect their team's performance. Additionally, 85% of the class felt that the team's preparation would bring good results during the game. This is a good sign, as according to Professor Skinner of Utah State University, elite athletes have revealed that confidence affects their performance through their thoughts, behaviours, and feelings. Additionally, Hayes et al. States that there is a positive correlation between self-confidence and athletic performance. Therefore, our group decided to continually ask the class about their confidence and what we as coaches can do to assist their development. Moving on to footage collected during the first game, there were instances where a lack of communication led to a skill error, causing the team to lose possession of the ball. This is evident in this clip where the ball carrier did not communicate with his teammate by looking at him or talking to him, and as a result, the team lost possession. There were also instances where a team would score, yet no players from the scoring team would encourage a score or celebrate with them. This shows a lack of team cohesiveness between the members of the team. According to Inner Drive UK, teams should celebrate each and every try because teams that celebrate together are more likely to have better relations with each other as the game develops. According to Pet Murray's proposal, a team celebration is a display of their cohesive psychological health, and teams that celebrate together with every player involved display excellent psychological health. Additionally, run to support in touch is imperative, and this was evidently lacking. Encouraging your team to run and support whilst being a motivational strategy also provides a tactical advantage for your team in this instance. Finally, I want to highlight the nature in which the ball carrier takes several seconds to pass the ball to his teammates and how they do not move in a way when they pick up the ball that gives their team the best chance of scoring. This indicates a lack of competitive mindset, meaning that the individual does not care about the outcome of the game, thus negatively affecting the team's performance. To counter this type of mindset, my group attempted to implement a competitive nature to our team sessions where the team members had a greater desire for the outcome than what was displayed in this clip. To combat these errors, my team agreed on some key group focuses that would structure our training sessions going into the future. These focuses were communication, as teams that promote positive communication and respect among players improve overall motivation; competitiveness, because it's only natural to apply more effort when the stakes are higher and less effort when the outcome is of less importance. With greater effort in sport comes greater improvement in a variety of different areas. And celebration, to continue to boost morale so that the cohesive psychological health of the team produces effective on-field results. As motivational coaches, we directly correlate team morale to on-field performance. Scanlon et al. States that positive cue words from a coach can energize an athlete to persist despite perceived failure. Therefore, each coach made an effort to be as encouraging as possible to the athletes whilst performing a drill. Another effective strategy for improving team morale is rewarding the team for their successes. This was incorporated into the sessions by giving the players a bag of lollies for winning a certain drill. This strategy also gave the players an incentive to perform at their best during the drill. This is an example of extrinsic motivation, which involves an individual doing something to earn a reward. The greater the reward is, the more motivation the individual will have. Another strategy that we adopted was providing the opportunity to belong for our participating players. This entailed us discouraging clique behaviour. This was evident in our drills when we ensured that the teams were mixed with players who did not necessarily speak to each other. We also provided opportunities for the team to work together throughout our drills in order for each member to build familiarity with people who they would not normally work with in a team setting. Additionally, pre- and post-game surveys were created for each session to record each athlete's thoughts towards the team's progress and our sessions as a whole. After the first training session, the surveys were converted from a digital to a hard copy to increase the completion of the surveys, seeing that the digital surveys for after the first game and session 1 fetched a low amount of responses. Using our key group focuses, my group designed our first training session. After a generic warm-up, we began our first drill titled Blindfolded Hoop Drop. During this drill, we wanted students to learn how to give clear and concise instruction in a competitive setting, as can be heard in this clip. This is a perfect example of the instructional voice that the players should use on game day. The second drill was a Vortex endzone game, which required small teams to pass the Vortex to each other with an eventual pass to a teammate who is standing in the endzone in order to score. This drill is an example of the competitive environment that we wanted to put the players into, as can be seen. The fast-paced nature of this game and the amount of voice and athleticism shown by the members created a positive environment where both teams wanted to win. This relates to our key group focus, competitiveness, as it can be seen that an increased desire to win the game results in an increase in quality of team skills and teamwork. The feedback from Session 1 showed that the team members found the drills well presented and they believed that the drills were relevant to improving team performance. Additionally, the members learned that verbal communication can directly relate to on-field performance, which directly relates to one of our key group focuses being communication. Using the feedback from our first session, my group collaboratively designed our second training session using our shared online document where all of our training sessions were designed. This session branched out to our other key group focus of celebration. We began our first drill named Asteroids. This drill required you to pass a rugby ball to your teammate with another team passing across you. When the two teams' balls collide, the aim is to catch the ball. During this drill, we implemented two of our key group focuses being celebration and competitiveness. This is the case as we said that the team that would celebrate their scores the most would win a bag of lollies. This caused the teams to care about the result of the game through their desire to win the lollies. As a result, the team celebrated more with each other and showed team spirit. The second drill named Three-Legged Fall Guys forced the players to work in pairs to reach a certain colour of cone before their competitiveness. This drill utilised our key group focuses of competitiveness and communication as the team members had to collaborate in order to succeed and win the prize, being another bag of lollies. This session also utilised two of our coaching strategies. These were rewarding the group and the opportunity to belong. This is the case as we rewarded the group with lollies after they won the drill, and we provided the group with the opportunity to work together in order to achieve a common goal. The feedback from Session 2 found that the team believed that the drills were improving the team's communication through their nature of getting people to collaborate to achieve a common goal. Additionally, it was found that the class had an increased level of participation, which could be due to the winning team of each drill receiving a reward. For our last training session, our group acknowledged that our previous drills received positive feedback from the group, yet had little to do with the skills required to play a game of touch football. Therefore, we attempted to design a session that complied to our group focuses, yet had a focus around touch football. Our first drill was a normal game of touch football where we placed 3 goals at either end of the pitch that each team had to score through, with the centre goal being worth 3 points as opposed to just 1 on the outer side. This forced the defensive team to prioritise defending the middle goal, which required communication in order to hold the defensive line. As can be seen in this clip, both of these defenders prioritised defending the centre of the goal, which forced the attacker to run wide. This shows effective on-field communication. The last drill was a normal game of touch football, except each team had to say a chosen word every time they passed the ball. This simulates being conscious of multiple things whilst playing. This skill is required for a team to effectively communicate during the game. Additionally, each team had to adequately celebrate their tries in order for their score to count, as can be seen in this clip. This was effective as not only did it directly relate to one of our key group focuses, but it did so in a touch football setting. Once again, our coaching strategy of opportunity to belong was utilised in this session through allowing the team to work in larger teams that were purposely mixed in order to get players who did not necessarily speak with each other on the same team. The feedback from this last session showed that the team understood the importance of team celebration, as most of them stated that they were highly likely to celebrate during the upcoming game. They also confirmed that the communication skills that we had been teaching were in fact transferable to a game of touch football. Leading into the second touch football game, our surveys found that the class were moderately confident in their own ability leading into the game, and that the previous drills and training would help them. This is positive feedback due to the correlation between confidence and performance that was previously mentioned. After reviewing the footage from Game 2, it was found that on some instances, the team were able to apply our key group focus of communication during the game. This is seen in the first clip, when the team member verbally tells the teammate to fill the gap in the defensive line. Communication skills can also be seen in the second clip, where the highlighted player can be seen gesturing to his team to shuffle over in order to hold the defensive line. Despite these promising clips, there were very few, if any, instances where the team would celebrate together, and they showed roughly the same level of competitiveness as they did in the first game. This may have been down to a lack of leadership, because the post-game survey showed that very few players stood forward to take a leading role in the team throughout the game. This lack of leadership indicates that the players were not motivated to lead for a cause that they cared about, which equates to a lack of competitiveness. Reflecting back on this task, I believe that it is important to have motivational coaches within a team sport because they have the ability to improve a team's performance just as much as any other coach. I believe that our coaching improved the communicative strategies within the group, as can be seen by the clips in Game 2. However, our teachings in regards to competitiveness and celebration failed to translate to a game situation. This could have been due to a lack of explanation surrounding these focuses, or the focuses themselves may have not been the most relevant areas in regards to motivating a team. I believe that our coaching strategy of rewarding the group was effective, as it seemed to improve the engagement of individuals within our training sessions, which is what we set out to do. My motivational coaching group could have improved our processes by having a more individualized approach to our players in regards to investigating their character traits, strengths, and potential improvement areas. My group's goal was to improve the motivational processes within the class through the employment of some key group focuses and strategies. After comparing the class's performance from Game 1 and Game 2, it can be said that the class somewhat improved their communication with each other, yet may respond better to alternative coaching concepts in order to gain optimal improvement. Thank you for watching.